Hello and welcome to our PaperOffice webinar. My name is Stefanie Jager. I'm responsible for customer service at PaperOffice, and I will be assisting my colleague Josh Schneider and Timo Inglin from technical support with a webinar chat later on. Josh Schneider is one of our technical supporters who will lead the webinar. Another technical supporter, Timo Inglin, will answer your questions via the webinar chat after the webinar. Today's webinar is about the topic PaperOffice Expert Knowledge Part 1. The most relevant questions will be answered afterwards. If you have any questions about the webinar or PaperOffice, you can always send an email to webinar@paperoffice.com. So now I will hand over to Josh Schneider, who will guide you through the webinar. Have fun!
Hello, my name is Josh Schneider from Technical Support, and in today's webinar, I would like to show you a general introduction to the PaperOffice functions, because the topic was also one of the most popular. I will demonstrate various functions to you, such as importing documents using drag and drop, initially using manual storage. Then I will explain how to import documents using drag and drop, but with PIA. As many of you already know, PIA is the integrated AI in PaperOffice. That means we will go through the PIA storage dialog together. I will explain different tabs, etc. Then we will also set up folder monitoring, optimized for bulk imports, and then expand the facility through folder monitoring with PIA, the AI, together with a storage mask. Finally, I will explain the search and show the filter functions. And finally, I will export a document from PaperOffice together with an Excel file, which contains all document information and keywording information. Then let's start. I open my PaperOffice interface. So, now I come to the first announced point, document import. It's easy with drag and drop. I have also prepared a test file for this. And now I add a document to PaperOffice using drag and drop. Simply drag it into the PaperOffice surface. This is the easiest way to import documents. And there I already have various options. There we have PIA, that is the PaperOffice Intelligent Automation. I'll do it afterwards. And manual storage below. The manual storage saves the document without AI, without PIA, so very quickly in the folder which is currently active or was last clicked. We are currently in Common PaperOffice Documents. So that the document is saved in this folder very quickly, I click on Manual Storage. This storage option is ideal for those who simply want to save the document in PaperOffice in the fastest way possible, without using keywords, but with text recognition and preview images. You can see immediately what I mean by that. Thumbnails are also ready, as is the text recognition. We have them here, all of them. That means we could search for document content now. As you can see, this is a very quick method. We can go into document properties later and edit them later or add keywords if necessary. Now I will show you the second storage option, also using drag and drop, but with PIA. You will see the difference too. I'll take another document for that. So, kitchen for me, also a demo document. And as before, I'll drag the file into the surface. But the difference is now, I'll store the file with AI. So we will go through the PIA storage dialog together. Now, I click on PIA. We can already see that a window opens first, and the document is first analyzed by PaperOffice. As soon as the document analysis has been completed, we can see that PaperOffice has found a VAT ID number itself, or IBAN, that can also be. We have them down here. And because we do not yet have a contact who has been assigned this VAT ID number, PaperOffice asks us if we would like to create the contact now. I could say, for example, create a new contact, the name kitchen for me. Just click OK here. We can already see that PaperOffice has already created a new contact and linked the VAT ID or IBAN. From now on, this means every time a document is saved in PaperOffice in one way or another, and this VAT ID is found, PaperOffice then automatically links this document to the contact that we have just created. This function in PaperOffice is called PIA Auto Contact, i.e. AI-based contact recognition and linking. What I'm going to show now is done thanks to the PI autofill function. PI autofill searches for the most important document data, intelligently reads it out, and then automatically indexes the document. But that's a different topic. We will explain everything in detail in one of the next webinar. For now, we skip it. Today, we only do a general introduction. So, the storage dialog, we can already see that it is an unknown document. At the top right, it is indicated that the document contains 4 document pages. We can click on the different pages, the preview of the document page changes accordingly, and we have different tabs at the top. The keywording information is stored under the various tabs. We will now go through the tabs step by step before finally filing the document. Then I click once on the first tab, Basic. Next to it, the number 1 is displayed. This means that a value from the document, namely date on receipt, as I can see here, could be read out. This is also marked with a dark blue line. Accordingly, the numbers, along with the other data, simply mean the number of document values recognized by PIA. These are document data, dates, document types, contacts, document data such as totals or tax rates, and other values. As the name of the first tab already indicates, the basic information of the document is stored here. The document name is taken from the original file. That means if this file is called Kitchen for me, it is also up here. Of course, I can complete or change the name. Or you can insert any section of text from within the document. Here, simply click on this symbol, Insert Text from OCR, and add it to the field. Pay attention to the right side. Now a normal preview is visible. And when I click on the symbol, the containers are displayed immediately. So now I click on it. Now, I also have all the text recognition containers. I could now click on this customer number, for example, and this number is automatically entered in the field. I save a lot of typing time. Okay, let's move on. Date on document, or also called document date. This is a date that is stored for the creation of the receipt. We can see from the blue marking that PaperOffice Autofill read the date value from the document and entered it here. That's the date up here. I point it once with the mouse. Of course, if the value were wrong, we could correct it afterwards by clicking on it and choosing a different date. Continue. Inbox on. If the document has arrived by post, inbox on can be given a date. As with the specification of the date on the document, the incoming mail date is also taken into account as a filter setting in the advanced search. We also have this symbol with the tick on the right. When you click on it, today's date is automatically entered. We still have due date on and reminder on. These are also 2 date fields. As the name suggests, the due date can be entered under the first field. For example, for work on a workflow or work assignment in a team, I can assign the due date here. To save a date or to change an existing one, I click with the left mouse button in the field and select the corresponding date in the calendar. The same applies to the resubmission. Here, too, 5 symbols are displayed to the right. There we also have this symbol of today on both sides, but also today plus 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, and 1 year. As an example, I am doing the due on today in a week and reminder on for today. Continue to remarks and notes. I can write something here myself. Add your own comments to the document, for example, or from the read OCR recognition, as already mentioned with the name. The stored comments and notes will be displayed later in the form of a virtual post-its. I can also click on Insert Text from OCR and select a text passage on the right and then any value. Just as an example, the operation number. Now I come to the point where the storage location is defined, i.e. the target folder. With manual storage, as demonstrated earlier, the selected folder is adopted. In contrast to manual storage, in the PIA storage dialog, I can decide in which folder my document is to be stored. I have already created a target folder for this, namely Kitchen for me. Then I click on Select. So I just click on the folder name in the folder tree. As you can see, the storage path is updated according to what I have specified. Under Common PaperOffice Documents, after the subfolder Kitchen for me, and that is the document name. Optionally, I can also create automatic subfolders with different dates. For that I click in, Here I have different options, for example the year. The current year, e.g. 2021, is automatically displayed under Common PaperOffice documents, or year/month, or it can also be written out in full, year/month name, for example. I take year/month, and if I need that too, I can even add manual subfolders. I can write something in here myself, such as orders, and then PaperOffice would create a subfolder with the name. We don't need it now, I'll delete the name again. So that's it with the current tab. Let's switch to the next, Advanced. The complete keywording is stored under Advanced. We always recommend keywording the document as much as possible, helpful for later searches or document filtering. Whether this is manual now or in the future with a storage mask or completely automated. You will notice that the more you work with PaperOffice, your archive will also fill up with documents, which of course means extensive searches including filters. So my tip, tag it now to save time later. Options also include manual selection of a workflow. This means that if I select a workflow here, such as approval, this workflow will be activated after I have saved it. By the way, everything to do with workflows and work processes is already described in one of our YouTube videos. So let's go on. So different keywording options come in here, such as state. This is where the document status comes in. I click in there and select has to be checked. PaperOffice has already recognized the document type as an order thanks to PI at autofill, which was read from the document and entered as the document type. If that doesn't fit, you can remove it and choose a value yourself. Keyword Amazon has automatically recognized PaperOffice because this sales tax ID number, which belongs to Amazon. This was set up in the demo document for demonstration purposes. But as I said, we can edit these properties such as status, document type, keywords at any time. I'll do that right here, for example, under Keywords. Just click here on Edit Entries. These are all the predefined values. I can edit these values, delete them, add new ones, etc. I'll quickly create a new keyword, which I call Kitchen for me, and click on Save Entry. Created. Now I can close the window again. And here again, I delete the predefined keyword and select the one I just created from the list. Ready. Original storage location. The storage of the original storage location information is used to quickly find your original paper documents. Example. You archive the document in PaperOffice and have it digitally ready, the original document. Stow it in the filing cabinet, drawer second from the top. After a while, you no longer know where the original document is, but when you call it up in PaperOffice, you can call up the document properties and have the storage location on the display immediately. And that is the contact mentioned at the beginning, which we then created later. It is then deposited immediately. This is not just a good indexing option. Thanks to the PIA auto contact function already mentioned, we can also filter for the contact or any other later during the advanced search. We can later say pass on PaperOffice, show me all documents from the contact kitchen for me. In addition to this, the view option can also be changed down here. Not just view according to folder and their content, but view according to contacts. On the left, instead of the folder list, contacts are displayed and a click on any contact lists the documents associated with the contact in the middle. That's it with the advanced keywording. We now switch to the next tab, Receipt. As the name suggests, the receipt data is stored here. These are all document data read out by PIA autofill. These were intelligently determined and entered accordingly. 7 different document values were stored in this tab. Document number, currency, net, gross, the VAT rate, and the total gross. Of course, we can edit any field afterwards. For example, if I now enter the value 1000 USD in the gross field, the net sum is automatically calculated and entered, and vice versa. I enter the correct amount again, as well as the sales VAT ID below. As already mentioned, the VAT number of Amazon was deposited for demonstration purposes, which was also entered here. If further fields are required, the Custom tab comes into play. Here are predefined fields. Anything can be created here. Text fields, selection lists, checkboxes, date fields, anything. To do this, I click on Edit Custom Fields. These are the predefined fields. Click on Create New Entry, and everything can be stored here. I'll cancel this now. So, as far as everything is filled in, I go back to the Basic tab and click on Save. And then the document is saved as we have defined it in the Store dialog. We can already see text recognition has been completed. And the number 1 is displayed on the left next to the folder. I click once on the folder, subfolder 2021 was created, and further down, as we said, the month should also be created, so month 12. There is also the document. The comment is displayed here on the right. As a post-it, click on it to open the document properties on the left. We can see at first glance, the document status is shown with a green background. I can go over it with the left mouse button. Document type, orange, is displayed here. Who added the document, e.g. me, is displayed to the left of it. The symbol with the assigned contact is highlighted in green. Great! I showed you the storage dialog, because then you will now see that you can use this almost anywhere. Let's get to the next point, folder monitoring. We will now create a folder monitoring, so that we don't import the documents manually, but that they are added automatically. I'll create a folder on the desktop. It can be any folder, network folder, one from the scanner, it doesn't matter. Let's call the folder scanner. For example, this folder is located in the network and was added to our scanner as a shortcut key for scanned documents. As soon as this shortcut button is selected and then scanned, the scanner saves the scanned document in this folder. And I will now set up a monitoring for this folder without PIA, without AI, for example optimized for bulk imports. To do this, I maximize the PaperOffice interface, click on the gear wheel settings in the upper right corner. Select Automation and Monitoring on the left. This is a drop page monitor that has already been set up. I click once on Add New Monitoring. Here we can select different monitoring types. We want to have a directory monitored, so I click on Explorer Connect, Directory Monitoring. Now I have to choose the folder that I want to be monitoring. Click on the desktop. We have created the scanner folder there. Select Folder. And that's what I meant earlier. We now have two options. We can do a folder monitoring with PIA, with the AI, or without. First, let's do it without. So optimized for bulk import. This is very good if you really scan a lot or import a lot of documents, so that it can be imported into PaperOffice very quickly. Of course, you can still assign workflows, document status, or document type yourself. Everything is optional. The only thing we have to do here is define a folder where the documents will be saved. We said yes, it comes from the scanner. I just click here on Select from Folder List. There we already have under Common Inbox. I would select the Scanned Documents folder. From now on, all scanned documents, which initially come from your scanner to the scanner folder on the desktop, will be saved in this folder at the end. And as I said with document status, I would say has to be checked again, for example. So that was the location. Let's go down to after the import. After the import, we can decide what to do with our documents from the monitored folder. We can automatically create a subfolder and all source documents will be moved there. For example, in a subfolder labeled Done, or simply remove it. I leave the option with the Move Files. If I really don't need them anymore, I can delete the documents afterwards. And of course, I have to give a description for the monitoring. Let's say Scanner again, and of course, the monitoring must be activated. So I'm going to put a check mark right here. And add. Ready. Folder monitoring in PaperOffice can be set up quickly and easy. I will briefly minimize the interface here. So I open the scan folder from the desktop, then you will see what happens in a moment. Well, of course, it's still empty now. I now copy any file in. Let's take something else this time. A phone bill like this, for example, I'll copy it in here. We see that PaperOffice takes over immediately. The folder wasn't there before, it was just created and PaperOffice moved the document there. And when we go to PaperOffice now, we can see he has already completed the text recognition, everything has already been imported. And when I click on Scan Documents folder, I can see the phone bill and also tag as we wanted it to be. And that's where the document is now. Exactly, great. Second option, as I said, we could have a folder monitoring with PIA, for example with AI. This is great if we have now created several document templates that the templates are automatically recognized, or if we simply want PI autofill to read out as much information as possible. Okay, that means we can now simply change the folder monitoring, but I always recommend that we do this with a storage mask. To do this, we first go into Settings again, and then I go to Document Templates and Storage Masks. Now I can create a new one for the folder monitoring from the scanner under Manage Storage Masks. I click on Create New Storage Mask, and the minimum settings for a storage mask is of course the folder selection, the storage path. Therefore, click on Select as usual, and I will use the same Scan Documents folder. The only difference is that we have a lot more options with the storage mask than we had for the settings before. And as you can see, what you have already seen in the PIA stored dialog is exactly the same here. Then we have the same options. I would now say, for example, Automatic Subfolder, Year/month, and there I can say, for example, Document Status has to be checked. And so if we did specific folder monitoring, I could choose a lot more. For example, if I monitor folders for invoices, then I would immediately select the document type, invoice, etc. I'll leave everything as it is, I've already explained. As I said, minimum settings, we made the folder selection. When we have done everything, I simply click on Save Change. Name for the mask, I'll just take the date off here, like my new mask from Scanner, and OK. We have already saved the storage mask, I can close the window again. Now, I'm going over here again to that folder monitoring that we did. We can of course make a new one, or just edit this one. This is what we do now. Here is the scanner monitoring. Let's click on Edit Monitoring below. The only thing I have to do here is, where it says PaperOffice Intelligent Automation, PIA, Use Server Mode, I'll click on it. And now we have to choose a storage mask. That's why we created it before. We already have my new mask from Scanner. Optionally, I can also check out PI autofill. I can recommend it so that PaperOffice read as much information out of the document as possible. Document date, document type, and etc. OK. We can leave that as it is and then click on Save Changes again. Here I close too. I go back to the two folders. This is the folder we are currently monitoring, the Scanner folder. And here I can take this Kitchen for Me document again. So, copy over here and we'll see the difference to the previous method in a moment. I put PaperOffice in the foreground, and there we can already see that PIA is currently running in server mode. Pay attention here on the left, the new folder will be created immediately. There we already have it, and the document should already be in there. So 2021 folder 12, and there is also the document. This means that if we work with PIA before it is saved there, the document is analyzed once by PaperOffice. And with this document analysis, if we import a document, for example, or add it via the scanner, and it belongs to a document template that has already been learned in, PaperOffice will recognize it and PaperOffice would use its OWN storage mask. So that's the difference, no previously learned in documents or document templates. PaperOffice takes the storage mask defined in the monitoring. If it is a learned in document template, and the document corresponds to the sample, the storage mask specially stored for this document template is used. Great! So, and now we can go on. As we said, we will add documents manually, then via AI, then set up folder monitoring, and now let's look at the search and filter options. It's easy. PaperOffice does text recognition of all added documents, so we can search for the document content, comments on the document. Of course, you can also search for document names, folder names, etc. So I would simply have to enter a search term here, the word kitchen for example. All documents containing the term kitchen are then displayed first, as we see here. This is the quick search, the results from the document list on the left, the folder names on the right. If I search something else, I enter phone, and I already have my results, several hits. But I'll remove everything from here, because we still have the advanced search and filter options. I always recommend searching using the advanced search. You can easily filter out a lot more. Therefore, keywords are the be-all and end-all. Now, I click on it and all documents are displayed first, as we can see here. Now, I just have to filter here on the left. It means I could say, for example, watch out PaperOffice, only show me documents with the keyword kitchen for me. Pay attention here, I think we have 2 documents that have been given this keyword. That means if I scroll down to keywords and tick the box accordingly, only 2 results are left in the list, both with the keyword. Of course, I can always filter further. For example, kitchen for me, but also document type. I will now do something that is not in the list. For example, delivery note. Then the 2 results should go away. You can filter as much as you want. Then I select order. Both documents have order as the document type. So we can search for documents very quickly and filter them out. Now I can always enter a search term up here. I will now remove the filter settings. I would like to show another function. I enter kitchen as a search term. Here, 15 hits. This means that 15 hits with the search term kitchen were found in the entire document. I click once. Page 1, 2, 3, 4. Each page has a different number of results accordingly. If I click the symbol again, the overview closes. I delete the search term again, and I'm still in the advanced search. As I said, we can search here, filter. If we click here on document name, then we always come to the document immediately. Here, for example, phone bill, click on it, shows the interface. However, here we have an extra function that I really want to explain. It is about the document export with an Excel file. What does that mean? Quite simply, all document relevant data is exported in an Excel file together with the file. This is very suitable when we want to export documents for the accountant. In this way, receipts and invoices can be pre-assigned in detail in PaperOffice and then exported. I'll demonstrate that now. To do this, I will filter for any documents on the left, again including the keyword kitchen FORME. After everything has been filtered. Here, if I do not check anything, it means that one or the other function is carried out for all documents. If I explicitly check one or the other document, the number above changes. Or I can say up here, select all documents, that would be the same. For the export, I will now use the kitchen for me document and the phone bill. Then here at select action, I now click on export in PDF format with Excel data file. And then I get 2 options to choose from. I could now export the entire folder structure. We don't need it now, so click on cancel. And the second option is, we could export in the form of a 7-zip file, password protected. I could send the 7-zip file to the accountant and provide the password in other ways for security purposes. We will not go into detail now either, so here also on cancel. The only thing I still have to do here is select the folder where I want to export the documents. I simply put a new folder on the desktop very quickly. I'll call it Export and select this one. And the documents are exported there very quickly. The Explorer opens automatically after the process. I'll go into the folder and I can see there. I'll make the window a little bigger. There are our 2 files. They were exported with the Excel file. We know what the files look like. We now open the Excel table with the information. I enlarge the view a little. We can already see there. Inbox on, due date, our saved comments, status. So all the data that you can store. If you have created and stored user-defined fields, these will also be displayed here. We can also see our invoice data there. That's what I meant. With all the stored data, your accountant can process this in his own accounting management software. Here on the right, we have another function. It's called hyperlink. Excel deactivates this by default for security reasons, but if we just go in once and click enter, the direct hyperlink to the file is also given. All I must do now is click the link and the file will open directly with the standard program. I'll show you how to do that. It's helpful if individual document information has to be checked against the information from the Excel table. I am now closing Excel. That's it for the webinar. Thank you for your attention, and I am now activating the chat, where my colleague Mr. Englyn will be happy to answer all your questions. Thank you for watching.
Yes, hello. My name is Timo Engling from Technical Support, and today I'm going through all the questions you have together with you. So, yeah, let me share the screen again to the same machine. 1 second. In the meanwhile, you can write all your questions, and then we will go through them. Yeah, there are some questions already coming in. Okay, perfect. So, first question here. How many OCR languages are supported in PaperOffice? Okay, let me show you. Let me open PaperOffice again. We have actual support for around 100 languages. If you open the PaperOffice interface and go to Settings, and then you click here on Text Recognition and Languages, there you can see all the supported languages. If you need any, just click on it. Let's just say something, just click on it, and then the language pack will be installed. Very easy. And then you have support for that language as well. Cyrillic. Are also Cyrillic letters supported? That's a good question. Of course, same as I just said before. If I go to text recognition, languages, for example, if you use Russian, somewhere here, yeah, exactly. The same as before. Just click on it, click OK, and then you will have support for that Cyrillic language as well. No problem. Is there someone in Canada to help you out? Actually, at the moment, no, but we can arrange a meeting, even with a time delay, different time zones. We can arrange it. So maybe in the morning for you and in the evening for us, and then we can arrange a support meeting. No problem. I will help you out then. Thanks. Okay, what else? What else? Here's another question. Can you also save MP3 files or other files? Yes, of course. In PaperOffice, you can store almost everything. As we already saw, PDF, Word files, but you can also store MP3 files. MP3 files, if you store them in, you could even hit the play button. Unfortunately, I think I don't have any MP3 files or demo files in this machine, but you could import it and even reproduce it from the PaperOffice UI. Of course, if it's another text document, like a zip file or a video file, you will not have a document preview, and of course, no OCR, no text recognition, obviously, of course. Thanks. Yeah. Some people are writing. Yeah, thanks a lot. Thank you. Here's a good question. Can I also display documents by type instead of the folder? You mean what my colleague said before, yes? On the left side in the tree? Yes, okay. Yes, of course, we have the tree view here, but you can, on the bottom part here, you can just click on these various symbols, icons, and then we can display the view by document status, keywords. Then you can see if you have tagged the document, then they will show up here. We have 2 documents tagged kitchen for me, and then they show up here. And as you said, document type, they will all show up there. And of course, the contact view as well. If you have, like we see here, this is the contact we've created at the beginning. And there are 2 documents bound to this contact, so we can click here, and then you can see all the documents bound to this contact. Let's go back to the tree view. Okay, yeah, thank you. No problem. Thanks. Can I find documents with words added to fields? For example, remarks. Yes, of course. Of course, as said, we have a full text recognition. You just add them here and you search them. But let me change any document, for example. Let me just add a word, and maybe here in remarks, let me just say hello. We save the changes. And now if we go to the search bar on top here and I enter the word hello, I already have a hit. And if I go to advanced search, we can see that not only the OCR, also all the fields are searchable. So you can see here remarks, we have one hit with the word hello. Exactly. And this is for all the text fields. Okay. I can close this again. Let me delete this and go back for other questions. Yeah, no problem. Thanks. This is a good one. How do you deal with PaperOffice when you use it for the first time and you want to import a lot of documents? Yeah. Of course, we recommend to start importing the new incoming documents. But of course, if you want to import a lot of documents afterwards, we have various types or various forms of doing this. As mentioned, we could add different folder monitorings, but we also have, like, for example, mass import. Let me show you real quick. Let me create, let me close this one. Let me create a new folder on the desktop. Let's say import, for example, and let's add here a couple of documents. For example, let me copy this one in here. The phone bill as well. Let me open this folder. And here I, of course, usually you have a subfolder as well. So let me create a subfolder. Yeah, I'm writing today again. Subfolder 1. Let's create another folder. Subfolder 2. And we can copy here. Let me see. You can see there are subfolders. Let me add one here. Now to make this is our mass import. We have a mass import. Let me go back to PaperOffice first. And the best thing to do is to create a new folder. Just right click on the common PaperOffice documents, create a new folder. And then let me just say import as well. So we know what it is about. So now we have this folder. So right click on this folder as well. And here we can see already start import wizard for this folder. Just keep in mind that if we make a mass import, no AI is running in the background. No AI, no PIA, just raw files. Of course, OCR text recognition will always be done, but the documents will not be tagged. Okay, you have to keep that in mind. So this is for already predefined folder structures. For empty folder structures, you could add them here, but we go to the second option for mass import, and we click on show preview. Now we need to select the folder we want to import. Let me go. It was on the desktop, this import folder. I click on select folder. Then it gives us already a preview of how many folders, subfolders, and files in total. So we just click confirm and continue, and then we can start the process. Now PaperOffice will start importing all the documents. You can see already in the background. Here left, you can see it's being filled up. Let me close this. Usually we recommend to leave this open until all the work is done. And then here we can already see all the documents and subfolders have been imported. But as I said, if you start with PaperOffice, and depending on how many documents you have, we find the best solution for you to import all the history, document history you have. Okay. Thanks. Perfect. Thank you. Let me see some questions here. Does it have to be a dedicated MySQL server, or can I use any other ones? Of course, PaperOffice, you install PaperOffice on any Windows machine, and we connect PaperOffice to a database. This database needs to be a MySQL or a MariaDB database. Okay, these are also the most used ones. For example, all the NAS systems like QNAP or Synology, they only use now MariaDB. Older versions of QNAP, they have MySQL, and as usually also Amazon, AWS, or Azure from Microsoft, they also use MariaDB and MySQL. So yeah, those two are compatible. If you use your own server, always you need to check and need to make sure that it performs well, and we need to configure it correctly, so you can add many documents in future. Yeah, thank you. Perfect. Would it be possible to briefly go into the subject of remarks and notes again? Sure. I guess you mean by that with remarks and notes and notes on document? Yeah, okay. So let me go. Yeah, any document we have already here. This one is empty. This one doesn't have anything. So yeah, as said, if we go here, these are the remarks. These ones are the ones that will show as a post-it. So if I just enter here like hello world, then I need to add this check mark. Then I can see already this post-it. But of course, as you asked, we can add notes on specific areas of the document. This is very simple in PaperOffice. You just click with the left mouse button on any area. Like for example, if you want to check the total here, left mouse click, drag it, and then just let it go. And then we click on this note, and then this timeline will open up. On this timeline, we can add comments to this note on this area, like I don't know, please check, and add comment. And then we have this on the timeline. Then we can already see on the document list there is a note green. Now it means there's one note on the document. Of course, now everyone that sees this document knows already that there is a note. We can click on it. I can see what comment you added. I can add more comments, like yeah, it has been checked. I can add comments, so I can add more comments sometimes. At the same time, on the notes on document, you can also add tasks. So this is note with tasks. So here on the tabs, this is the task tab. We can, of course, enter our own task. We can write everything. Please check, for example. Or we can also use predefined tasks from this list. Of course, we can edit them as keywords and stuff like that. So I don't know, check invoice, for example. Then we can also add comments to this task, who has to do it, and several options. At the end, just click on add new task, and this task will be added to the timeline, as you can see here. If you're responsible for this timeline, you can just click on have completed it. You can edit, you can delete it. The good thing of the task is that they show up on the daily briefing. There, has been loaded. There you can see it. So every time when you start PaperOffice for the first time, or when you click on the daily briefing, you can see all the tasks left of that day or for the next 14 days. So I can click here on check invoice. That's my task. Then I immediately go, of course, I'm already on the document, but the document will open, and then I can click on my note, and there I see it. Of course, I can complete it a little bit more. For example, I can add a title. So let me add the same, please check. And so that just that you know what I mean by that. So you can see here that we can add a title. And keywords, these are empty, but the keywords, if we add one, they would show inside this node. Okay. And yeah, that's it. I hope that helped you. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Thanks. So let me close this again. Checking for more questions here. Do you have a PaperOffice API to integrate with other software? Yes, but what exactly do you mean? Of course, we can do everything in PaperOffice. Don't forget what we see now. This is the PaperOffice out-of-the-box version. This is the ready-to-use one. You can download it right now, and it's ready to use. If you need any special features that you need, you can always tell us, and then we can customize it. So that's why we say we can do everything for you. Okay. But we already have an API you can use now, but more to connect to other software is to import documents. So from other software, you can use this API to import documents inside PaperOffice. Let me show you real quick. I'm just going to click on any question mark inside PaperOffice. This is going to open our com desk, our help desk. Let me go to the homepage of the com desk. Here I can go to browse articles, and there I have it, API interface. So I click on view all. These are the different API types you can use, like a virtual XML printer. You can add like printing orders to a document, and then PaperOffice will take them out and tag the document as you specified in this XML printer. You can the good thing with this or with other parameters here or other APIs like the JSON XML files and everything is that you don't need to create all these tagging before. If you don't have like a new keyword, they will be added automatically inside PaperOffice if you don't have them already. So you can specify where you want to store the document, add new keywords, etc. And as I said, let me show you real quick. Like this is the XML interface. You can go through this, have a look at it. It's really well specified. Through a folder monitoring, you can import documents together with a JSON file. This one would look like this. So you can add all your parameters. And once PaperOffice sees both documents, it will import it and tag it and store it in the place you specified here. And of course, you can see all the parameters here. Yeah. Anyway, we have a couple of nice videos on YouTube related to this. Let me click here. Let me go to videos. Exactly, perfect. So you can see there are many nice videos, and somewhere here there are the API functions as well. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not finding it right now. I'm blind, but yeah, we have videos to this API, like through the XML printer and with the JSON file. Okay, just have a look at here, and you can see those videos. Of course, you can have a look at more videos. They're really nice and well explained. Okay, let me go back here. Not many more questions left. Is PaperOffice revision proof? Yes, of course. As we can see here on the right, if we are on any document, we have here on the right side these icons. As you can see, if it's green, it means there is something. And this is the note of the document, the task, and this is the versioning. This means every time you store a document inside PaperOffice, this document cannot be altered. This cannot be modified. Okay. So, and as soon, of course, you can do it, but as soon as you do it and you save it, a new version, like a shadow copy, will be created of this one, and then here would appear number 1 and in green. And of course, anytime you click on this icon, the symbol, you can see the original file. That's always the 1.0, and 1.1 would be the second version, etc. Okay. So yes, of course, it's version proof. Thanks. Okay, one more question here. Can I see the search results somewhere and copy them? Yes, of course. Let me just search anything. That kitchen again. Of course, this we've seen this already. But if I go back now to the interface, and if I go now to any Kitchen for Me document, this is the OCR, the text recognition. If I click here, the text recognition will open, and as you can see, all the words are highlighted in green. Okay. Of course, you can, if you need to edit them here, we can copy any text from here and then use it. But we also have another option. If you want to copy all the OCR at once, you can make a right click on the document list, on the document, or click Options. It's the same. And then here you can copy text recognition. Okay, just click here on copy, see, and then you did copy it. Now you can use it somewhere. Perfect. Okay, so yes, if no more questions are coming in, I will wait a couple of seconds more. Yeah. Perfect, thanks, no problem. Yeah, okay, so yeah, perfect, thanks. I guess this is all. Yeah, so thanks for watching. If you have any questions, just contact us through our website. You can arrange a questions before purchase meeting or a support meeting. Sorry, just another one came in. Sure, of course. I will drop you a mail. No worries. I will write it down and I will drop you a mail. Sure. We can arrange a meeting for your support case. Sure. Okay. Yeah, perfect. So thank you all for watching, and yeah, see you on the next webinar. Perfect. Have a nice day. Bye.